In the bulletin, today is World Children's Day, and joining us in the studio is Honorable Junior Councillor Tavonga Nandi. She'll give us our next report. It's over to you.
Youth and children are the future of the country and have a role to play towards the attainment of the 2030 middle-income economy. As we join the rest of the world in commemorating Children's Day, it is key that we continue to adhere to internationally declared Children's Charter on the rights of a child, together with our constitutional provisions to make the Vision 2030 a reality. Our child parliamentarian Leslie Tendai interviewed Dr. Mohammed Ayoya from UNICEF on the role being played by the organization in uplifting rights of the children in Zimbabwe.
As UNICEF, we have been a leading partner in upholding the rights of children, not only in Zimbabwe, yes, but also worldwide, like internationally. So what have you been doing to uplift the welfare of vulnerable children, especially in remote areas where access to basic services are limited?
Thank you very much for your question. Of course, as you said, UNICEF mission is really for children. Everything we do is for the children. And we do that in many areas to make sure that children's rights are met everywhere in the world. And as we said, for us here in Zimbabwe, we are working very closely with the government to make sure that children have access to education, they have access to health care, they have access to protection, they have access to good nutrition, and they have access to good education as well.
Are there any specific projects that you have that you are currently doing to promote these things?
We are doing a lot of projects, not just projects, but also programs. For example, in the area of health, we are supporting immunization. As you know, immunization is one of the most effective ways or interventions to improve child health, but also to prevent child deaths. So that's something we are doing in health, for example.
Now, if we look at the level of ignorance amongst the children, like child marriages, rape cases, they don't know where and whom to report to, there's child abuse, drug abuse, it is increasing every day.
Yes.
Now, are there any pipelines to educate these children on their rights and to assist them, to help them, to counsel them?
Yes, indeed. There are a number of platforms that we are supporting. One of them is Childline. Childline is a partner of UNICEF, where kids or even anyone who has seen one of the children being abused can call in, and from there support can be provided directly to the child and or to his family. There is also we are also working very closely with the Ministry of Social Welfare and Labor. Toward also, there is a line that can be called as well, and make sure that when a child is abused, that the government itself takes measures.
I also understand that you do not work alone. There are some anchors of democracy that can help you. For example, we as the Junior Parliament and the Junior Council. So how are you empowering these anchors of democracy to uplift the issues affecting the rights of children in Zimbabwe?
Now, that's a very good question. To do that, of course, we are not working alone. We are working with the government first and the government institutions. We are working with other UN agencies, and in particular in the area of democracy with UNDP. And as you said, we are working with the junior parliaments. As you know, every year, UNICEF and the Ministry of Youth and of OPC, and the President is always there, we celebrate that day, where, of course, the parliaments are established or are taking their functions. And throughout the year, we do try to work very closely both with the Ministry of Youth, but also with the children parliaments. For example, last year we have agreed on an action plan, which we said this is what UNICEF can do with children parliaments in terms of upholding children's rights, but also in terms of ensuring that children are involved, are participating.
Well, that's a report from Leslie Tendai. I now hand over back to you, Joyce.
Thank you very much. That's our Honorable Junior Councillor Tavonga Nandi. And today is indeed World Children's Day. The commemorations are done all over the world annually. And moving on,